I just want to talk a little bit about popularity, and it's something I lack, and I know this. So forgive me for talking about it. If you don't want to hear about it, you can close the screen out. I don't really want you to, though, because I'll feel it is a rejection if you do so. If you do anything but like this video, I'll feel like you are rejecting me. And that sucks for me, but it's a first world problem. And popularity is kind of profound, how awful it is. Let's consider Ed Markey and one of the Kennedys. One of the Kennedys has a good chance of taking Ed Markey's seat just because of his last name. I think it could be said that I went insane and then to jail because of my last name. Specifically because of the gossip crew that formed around me when that game became an issue publicly for my channel and for my life, for my family, for the places that I shopped. That name was so unpopular that I actually had to change my name for the sake of a lawsuit against the jail. So I understand Markey's dilemma. Are you going to stick with your name? Or should we all change our names to whoever we want to be confused for and associated with? It's really ridiculous. Nobody should consider Kennedy better than Markey when you look at the voting record of the one of them. Is Kennedy even a politician? Haven't heard of him before, but Markey's been around. What's my point? Pre-Med 2 was at the core of the gossip circle, and now elements from that circle are re-emerging, specifically Curas 1, Curas 1. And he's been wonderful, and I have no problems with him or with you. I just have problems. But back to Pre-Med 2, who will never apologize and who will never get credit for driving me insane, but I think that he deserves it. No one took less interest in my well-being and my life less than him. He did not care about any of the things I cared about. And that was a point of pride for him. But he did care a great deal about me, somehow. And that's what hateful people manage to do. And I found this out in jail. The worst place you can be is in suicide watch medical center cells, where you are stripped naked, given nothing, and then kept under constant visual supervision lest you hurt yourself, as if they care whether you hurt yourself or not. They do not. And one of the correctional officers stared at me all day with a piercing, angry, profound hatred. And that hatred was earned by all of mankind, surely, because this correctional officer really got the dregs of society. He got many inmates that would smear their poop on the walls and on the windows, and it was disgusting. It was. None of it was fermented. None of it was even marinated. It was not jankum like this lovely specimen that I squeeze at you. This, when pierced, gives out the odor of jankum. And when eaten, it does twice as much. You will be bawled out if you eat this. Of course you will. Look at it. Look how much jankolites move around. I know that they consider them electrolytes when you drink liquids. No, some liquids are solids. In fact, there's a term for changing from liquid to solid without being a gas. It's called sublimation. And if anything is sublime, know that Jenkum is as well. What's my point? Pre-Med 2 got videos with all likes. Something that I want now from you. All likes, no matter how severely he criticized me and how little he cared about my retorts. He got all the likes in the world. And yet he mocked and ridiculed and spread hatred and gossiped incessantly about me. He was the first real N-word phobic juror and judge. Not executioner. He never did anything. He just spoke. And so it's harmless. But it wasn't for me. Because I'm insane. I care about what other people think of me. Even when I'm huffing Jenkum to my highest self. And I'm riding that beautiful brown dragon through the sky after that brown unicorn of love. Even then, I actually kind of care if I look bad. How ridiculous and privileged is that? It's quite privileged and ridiculous. Believe me, you don't need to care what other people think of me or you. And if you want, think of fifth other selves to fix it. Fifth is 55, and if you add fifth to your one self, then you have fixed it. A hilarious Poojamal pun. But some people won't find it funny and won't try to think through it to see why others might.